Hey, welcome. I'm so thrilled that you are here to this episode called Find the Kind. Find the Kind. Are you a kind person? If you're listening to this, you know what? I really bet you are. I really bet you are. But you know what? If you're like most women, you actually have a really hard time seeing it. I speak from experience because I'm doing the work on this now, but I still have stories and programming around me and my perception of myself as not being a kind person, as not being, uh, a kind person, but as actually being like mean and selfish, um, and all of those things. And you know what? This came up the other day. Give you a little story. The other day when I was talking with my mom, and I forget what the context was and what we were actually talking about, but my mom said, "You know what? I was talking with dad the other night, and dad said, Teal has always been just so sweet and kind and caring." And my mom said this to me, and I'm just like, taken aback. And I'm surprised at that I'm taken aback. And I was like, I air quote shouldn't be taken aback at that. I know, yes, I'm kind and loving and caring and compassionate, yet my mom said this to me and I'm, oh, really? Wait, I had resistance. I had resistance. And then I also was just, oh my gosh, my dad said that about me. Oh, yay. Oh my gosh, yay. And then I'm, oh, great. Okay, you have attachment still to what your parents think about you. Fabulous. Okay. Whole other thing to get into where we have attachment to what our parents think of us and then the people pleasing of our parents. Whole other episode and topic could dive into there. But it was just amazing. My dad is one, he doesn't have a ton to say. So when he says stuff sometimes, especially with compliments or things that are very personal, to me, that's always very, very special. So yes, I got stories and baggage and things around that. But not going there completely in this episode. But whoa, I am being told that I am kind and caring and loving and all of that. And other people tell me this too. My clients say this. Other people, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, other people say this too. I get on other podcasts with podcast hosts and they're like, oh my gosh, Teal, I was just feeling your energy even before we got on the video the other day. I was prepping for the call and I was just energetically reaching out and I could feel your energy, Teal. Oh my gosh, I just saw this golden glow of light and you were so calm and peaceful and loving and you're so gentle and generous and kind and caring. And I'm like, oh, okay. Still resistance to what others are telling me about what they see in me and my energy. What about you? What about you? Does this ring some bells? Whereas women, you know what? It's the compliment things, or especially people telling you nice things about yourself, and you have that resistance. You have that resistance to think that that nice thing is really, really true. At a deep, deep knowing, core knowing, irrefutable knowing, confident knowing that, yeah, you believe that and know that about yourself as well. Well, yeah, that resistance you feel comes from societal programming, especially around women, of be seen but not heard, of, oh, nice girls, don't brag. Nice girls aren't arrogant. Nice girls, they're not getting all of these compliments. That's flash. Um, there's so much societal programming about that too. But it's more than that. It is so more than that because look, actually, if you will, at our biology. Look at our brain and our nervous system. Our system actually has a negativity bias. So, sure, even if people are telling you good and wonderful things and you've done a great job and fabulous and compliment and you're kind and you're amazing and you're stupendous, and it's true and they believe it and they aren't just blowing smoke up your ass. They're believing it and giving it to you in a love and genuine way. Great. You may be like, oh my gosh, yay, and you feel good, but there's still that resistance because you know what? The negativity bias of your brain is also looking at all of the other times where maybe you weren't kind and you weren't being generous or caring or gentle or compassionate. We've all done it. Yeah. What, when did you, elbow your brother in the wrist? Or in my case, once upon a time as a toddler, hit my brother with a big giant plastic red bat because he wouldn't play with me. Uh, yeah. So negativity bias, your brain is still, yeah, but I still remember all this other stuff. So because it's not 100% kindness day in and day out all day long, yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to look over here at all the ways that you aren't kind and are mean and aren't generous and you've screwed up. So your biology is doing that because, hey, your biology likes to look for the negative things around you because it's scanning constantly for threats and fear and all of that. And the negative things, well, those can be threats. So the brain is like, yep, look over here at this negative stuff. And I'm doing that to keep you safe. That's what your brain is doing. So, how do you get out of this then? Well, yeah, you are kind. How do you accept those compliments, accept that yes, you are kind, and step into that truth, feel that truth, embody that truth? How do you do that? Well, reprogramming. You know this. Reprogramming. You've heard of this. Reprogramming, hypnosis, rewiring, whatever you want to call it. Subconscious reprogramming in many different shapes and forms that people call this. I call it subconscious reprogramming as well as hypnosis. I speak to it in reprogramming the whole of you: mind, body, brain, nervous system, identity, ego, subconscious, conscious, all of you. Because when you change and rewire all of you, every bit of you, this ego, this human form, including the mental part of it, then you experience change, lasting change. So yeah, you do the formal reprogramming. You do that formal reprogramming, hypnosis audios, tapping, other techniques that I share, breathing, bringing your nervous system into safety around feeling kind and loving and compassionate. But here's the piece that often is left out. What is going on still with your brain? Your brain is still got this negativity bias. Your brain is still looking for threats. Your brain is still saying, Teal, Susie Q, you're not kind. Even though you're doing the formal rewiring and reprogramming, because you know what? Your brain hasn't caught up yet. It takes a second for these new neural networks to form. It can happen boom like that, or it takes as long as it takes, and you better be supporting yourself along the way until your brain gets on board and all of you gets on board with that change that you're doing with the formal reprogramming. But your brain is still, yep, nope, I don't think you're kind yet. I don't think you're kind yet. Here's what you do. Look at when you are kind. Did you hold open a door for someone? Did you give a compliment? Did you give your partner a hug? Did you tell your child that you loved them? Right? Did you take time for yourself? Did you go for a walk? Did you pet a dog? Did you bless a tree? Did you be in gratitude? Whatever it is, when you are kind and loving and caring and compassionate, look for those things and say, oh, look at that. That was kind. Oh, look at that, Susie Q. Me, I did that. That's compassionate. Oh, I'm Linda. And Linda is kind because Linda, you know, picked up a puppy from the puppy shelter and adopted it. Oh, I said something kind to a stranger. Whatever it is, kind and compassionate, being patient, reading a story to someone elderly at the senior center, spending time with someone in the hospital, whatever that is. There's 7 bazillion infinite ways of being kind and loving and caring, compassionate. Notice them, notice them, notice them. Be aware of them, and then tell yourself out loud, Julie, that was kind. I was kind. That is me being kind. I am a kind person. I was compassionate doing that. I am so compassionate doing that. Say it out loud. Notice it. Say it out loud. Name it. Label it that you are kind and compassionate. Put that identity on it for you and say it out loud. What is this doing? This is influencing a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, part of your nervous system, reticular activating system, RAS. And it is how you perceive the world. It is a filter. It filters the world through your subconscious reprogramming and identity. So what you see out there in the world, it's filtering based on what you have programmed inside. But just doing formal reprogramming like hypnosis or thinking thoughts in your head isn't enough to shift what the RAS perceives. It is influenced by what it sees and what it hears, auditory and visual. So it needs to read something and hear something to be influenced. Hypnosis does not influence the RAS. So, hey, start to impress upon yourself and shift that negativity bias by influencing your reticular activating system by, oh, I did something kind. I am a kind person. Wow, I am a very loving, gentle, caring person. I am kind and loving and caring and gentle, compassionate person. I held that door. Oh, I waited and gave someone else a turn in front of me. I was patient in the airport line. I helped someone who needed to carry packages. I made a meal for my family. I helped my daughter have a wash in the bathtub. I did exercise for myself today. I was kind to myself. All of these things. Notice them. Make an effort to notice them and make it a habit to notice them and make this a part of your reprogramming then by speaking out loud that identity that you are kind to influence your reticular activating system, and do this at the same time as then you are doing formal reprogramming, rewiring, hypnosis to shift that perception and identity about yourself at a core level, to change that programming. And here you get, the tires hitting the pavement and you start to get traction. It's so funny. We are so resistant to the compliments and the good things and not seeing the good in ourselves that others see in us because of this programming. And even influential people in our lives, our partners, our parents, people we love and care about, who we listen to their advice, even when they're telling us good things about ourselves. I feel that resistance still, and I'm doing the work just as I'm describing to you, and I've come a long way. Colleagues even, right? That you're even close to. Bosses. I remember working at Siemens, oh golly, it's a decade ago now, as the senior project manager, Fortune 500 company. I'm doing these very big projects, international projects, complicated projects. Go bucks on the line. A lot of them are even municipal projects. So very much in the public eye. And part of me as a project manager, I was not mean. My style of leadership and influence in project management was this kindness. The people then were doing things for me because I was kind. I was leading through kindness and love rather than pressure and fear tactics and scare tactics and all of these things. And so it Siemens, my colleagues and my bosses and the leadership, even all the way up into very high management back at headquarters in Germany. Oh, Teal is air quote mean Teal. They had a joke about this because I wasn't mean. And when I actually got a bit firm and stern with someone on my team, or even had to do something a little bit remedial for someone on my team to help them move forward, to grow, get them up to scratch. In performance, they were, oh, Teal's got to be mean Teal today. And I hated it. And I wasn't mean even then. Oh my gosh, you could compare me to anyone and there was no meanness. But it was a joke. And I was the absolute opposite. They had this joke that I was mean Teal, but I was completely the opposite. And yet I still was, I am mean Teal. I do feel like I am mean Teal. So if you have a hard time ever accepting compliments, if you have resistance to truly, truly holding inside and knowing at the deepest level that you are kind and all of the good things and receiving and knowing that, yes, it's true. All of the good things that people say about you. Yes, yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. And living it, breathing it, acting it, knowing it. It is your identity. It is soaked through every bit of you. Then, yeah, do these steps that I'm talking about. And I'm here to help too. But this is a fabulous way to get started with that. And it's such a frequency changer too. Because it feels so much better, doesn't it? I am kind rather than, oh, I'm mean, or I don't know about that, or I don't feel that way about myself. Hey, hey, self love, self worth, come knocking, boom, boom, boom. Are you worthy of things because you're feeling kind? Are you not worthy of things because you're mean? What stories do you have around that pull that thread and you go down the rabbit hole of, hey, if you're thinking you are not worthy of stuff because of who you are, if you're mean, you're not good enough, you're not kind enough, you're not compassionate enough, there's more baggage than under the surface. So, yeah, you are kind and compassionate. Let's clean that up. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and big hugs to you, and I will see you in the next episode.